Hey guys, welcome to Pillbox Movies. I'm Hank, and today we're going to be watching the 2014 horror As Above, So Below. I'm coming into this movie completely blind. The only thing I really know about it is that it's directed by Dowdle, John Eric Dowdle, the guy who made the Poughkeepsie Tapes. I haven't seen that either, but it looks like it has really scary thumbnails and a really scary plot, as read by Wikipedia. I don't know. I've heard glowing recommendations of this movie, so I figured I'd check it out. Why not? And before we begin, if you enjoyed these videos, please click the like button. It really helps me out a lot. And subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. And without further ado, let's get on with As Above, So Below. Whatever that means. Legendary. Wait for it. Christopher Nolan. Legendary. Legendary
Fucker, it's
girls.
my new thing.
This is going to be a found footage film. Okay. This is going to be a white person pretending to be Middle Eastern. Okay.
I believe these caves might contain a critical missing piece of our history. If I'm found dead,
It is my duty as an Englishman to pillage it. But maybe it's a tribute to The Exorcist. The Exorcist started in the Middle East with an excavation site. Where is this cam situated? I think it's meant to imply that it's on her head, but we just saw her head move. We can see her head, but like, why does it seem like it's being held like she's holding like a phone or something? I can't really explain what this perspective is. Is it like dangling like off of a here? How can it see her face? It's like she's ruining it. What the hell? Don't do that to an ancient artifact. It belongs in a museum. Yo, she just curb stomped that Rosetta Stone. This ancient artifact looks incredibly well preserved. Almost as though it's only like a couple years old. Like incredibly well preserved, with like only one layer of dust on it. Okay, whatever. I guess just hiding behind that rock was perfect preservation conditions. What? Get out of there, white woman. It's interesting that the audio cuts out. Because like the audio isn't connected to the cam. But so like when the like actual like the video part of it goes out, the audio shouldn't be cutting out simultaneously. Whatever, it's a movie. Shut up, Hank.
So your father, there was a lot of speculation that he was mentally unstable.
why? Because he killed himself?
600 years ago.
I feel like
the alchemist Nicholas
that would
Flamell
be some degree of evidence.
He was widely believed to have succeeded in developing the philosopher's stone, which would
Dun,
have given
dun, 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 dun,
when grave robbers
dun,
attempted to get their hands on the
dun,
philosopher's stone, they tried to take his
Jail in Turkey.
Where do I know him from? Who the heck is that?
I found the rose key, George.
We're gonna take the Dylan Panthers to the Rose Key.
Did you go to a run?
It doesn't matter.
You did, didn't you? By yourself?
What's with all of this like sexual tension between the two of them?
You're a lunatic.
Do people assume that like archaeologists just like have secret like sexual chemistry going on all the time? I mean, I'm sure they
He's got
have.
such a huge presence.
So based on the editing, we have to assume that the videographer Benji survived this entire ordeal, then went on to DaVinci Resolve and/or Premiere Pro and edited it together this entire experience. That we must assume that. Being that this is edited, we have to assume that outcome. Otherwise, it would question the whole veracity of this movie.
I'll help you translate. But that's it.
It's weird to assume that like these conversations would be magically happening while one of them is fixing a 284-year-old bell tower. Like, I don't know. I feel like this correspondence could boil down to an email. Maybe it doesn't have to be that dramatic, but you know, it's film. It's got to be that bitch. It's got to be that extra, I guess. And like, you don't need to insert the sexual chemistry. They could just be work friends. They could just share a passion, you know. Not everything's about boning, where, you know,
But that's it.
ancient alchemy and rituals are concerned.
Does that mean that the key is on his back? It's on the back of
This is
I need to have a look behind it.
this is definitely how archaeology works. This is definitely it takes 5 minutes and you do it under cover of night after secretly sneaking into a museum. You know, they would have documented this stuff already. Her solution for everything is to just destroy the piece. Like,
It's not gonna end well.
It's on the back. They'll never
she's a maverick archaeologist.
Oh my god, this is not okay.
That's a cool effect.
That's not go to jail cool, but that's really cool.
Winged vulture leads the way with brightest light in darkest day.
I'm glad he's translating it into poetry while he's doing it.
Lost shall be regained.
Apparently it's the Green Lantern's oath.
So 370.5 feet beneath Flamell's tombstone is where we'll find the stone.
Wait, hold on, guys.
Also,
How are we supposed to get
why are they measuring this in feet?
You talk?
What? That's just what French people look like. Jesus.
In the catacombs that no one else knows about.
It's a good thing they're going to have this discussion right here in a club, as opposed to just having like a correspondence where they can clearly understand each other and understand the terms of this assignment.
If it's true, me and my friends, can we take half of the treasure?
You can have all of the treasure. It's not that
Because it's a lie. Why are they agreeing to this? He's like, ooh, secret fake treasure. We'd better get half of it.
No, I'm sorry, I'm not going.
No, he's coming. He's coming.
Not coming.
Imagine dooming a man to death just because you have a crush on him and want to impose some sort of weird power dynamic.
Tuxi, what are the dangers that we're facing when we go down there?
If you run out of batteries with no flashlight, you will die.
Oh, and there are also dangers like police and bats.
Well, police are a danger above ground as well. Abandon all hope, all ye who enter here. Wait, what? Did he just pretend that lamp was a camera? Where's the lens? Excuse me? Are we just meant to pretend that the lamp is the lens? Also, because of how it's oriented on their heads, it's facing an entirely different angle. It's just gonna be shooting like 20 degrees above what they're seeing. Okay, where are we meant to pretend that the lens is? Just below the lamp? Look how small of a light source these lamps are. These are meant to provide these giant floods that we're seeing in these camera shots.
You're right.
Will be.
They're talking to each other like this. I just want to say that I'm really sorry, and I'm here.
Going to get deeper.
That's what she said. Zooby zooby zoo. In there was just the campfire scene of Portrait of a Lady on Fire going on.
We're talking about some kind of urban legend or something.
You know, if they had like planned out this route instead of like trying to brute force it in one go, this might not have posed as many dangers.
Tell me, which ones are filled with water? We had a friend named La Taupe. In English, La Taupe, c'est the mold.
We need to explain that to you for some reason.
That rock is down here.
Look how dewy her skin is
600 years.
in the midst of this tunnel system.
These are human bones.
I know. Sorry, Pedro.
She has extreme Karen face. She's just like, I know.
Okay, look at that.
Okay, that's not gonna get me what I want.
Him. All your legs and arms.
I'd like to speak to your manager. Why is he documenting this part? Is he really gonna die first? Are we gonna be treated to that kind of stupidity? He's the cameraman. We will not abide having the black character die first. That would be actually ridiculous. I want to say, as patriotic Americans, we will be satisfied with nothing less than having a French person die first. 24601. Are we in a Tenet right now?
You better not be fucking with us.
Hey, it's the phone from Stalker. That's cool. Bring back my body to me, Bring back. If you guys want to see a cool like video short online, look up Gary Oldman doing the puppet for New York Times like a horror special, I guess. Okay, so early predictions on the phone call. The phone call is a call that Scarlett received on her father, that her father had killed himself. Also, so they have cameras set up in their headpieces. What are they using to record audio? Speaking as a person with no experience with cave navigation, I want to say, if you're navigating a cave or a tunnel, please take your time. Do not rush anywhere that you have no foreknowledge of. These guides are doing an awful job just running around into systems that they have no prior knowledge of. They're not really serving any purpose as guides if they're not exercising caution and diligence. It's an angry French baby. This movie's really just about, like, you know, the terror that tourists feel at trying to interact with a foreign culture. This is just French people being French people, and the Brits and the Americans are just terrified. Wait, okay, so I'm gonna pause. Who has hidden the philosopher's stone in Paris? 1. The devil. Probably. Film joke. 2. Whoever had the rose stone, because the people who buried the rose stone had to have knowledge of the philosopher's stone, because that's what they wrote on the rose stone. The location, send me the location, send me location. Or 3, ancient Egyptians for some reason. Completely different culture, doesn't matter. Or 4, Nicholas Flamell, the guy who lived 200 years ago. I forgot when they said Nicholas Flamel lived in this version, but it would definitely be much after Copernicus and much after whoever had set the rose stone in Iran, considering that they were translating alchemical symbols into Aramaic. But if it's the people who made the rose stone or rose tablet and not Nicholas Flamel, why is this taking place in Paris? I assume this is taking place in Paris, and the philosopher's stone is buried here because Nicholas Flamel made it and he hid it there. So if it is Nicholas Flamel, then why is he making ancient Egyptian riddles? But more importantly, why has he cast directions for his philosopher's stone into an Aramaic coded rose tablet that he then buried before he was alive in Iran? What? Maybe I just don't get it because this is a first viewing, but that is Rise of Skywalker Pathfinder bullshit, and I'm just so confused as to who created this course and why. That's all I wanted to say. Whoever was the architects for this elaborate setup presumed much more than perhaps ancient architects should. Preservation of their designs over many centuries across very, very difficult conditions. Like, who designs very delicate, like, stone tunnel puzzles to survive in a flooded water, like a flooded cave system? She's very flippant with just touching ancient preserved artifacts. And apparently she's just gonna friggin' dig into them. She's like, she just goes full in. Like, she's like Junie Moon in Suicide Squad. Just shows absolutely no consideration. Was Suxi the first one to die? Okay. Bum bum ba-dum bum 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 ba-dum bum bum bum. You guys should kiss.
Abandon all hope, ye who enter here.
It's exactly the same.
No, it's not.
It's been tenetized. It's been changed. It's reverse. Yes, it's been tenetized. Oh god, I'm watching Tenet! I really wish they kind of seeded in a little bit more of her relationship with her father instead of saving it for the final act reveal of, like, you know, whatever we find out happens with how she interacted with her father's suicide, whatever big revelation they're saving for the last moment. Like, if we could get a chance to, like, develop her actual relationship with her dad, we could get a sense of why this is, like, such a driving motivation for her. Just a thought. Also, once again, how are they recording audio underwater? Jump scare! Doing it for themselves. That's just how French people act. What was up with that French girl? The one who kept on eye-fucking Benji. Okay. So I was wrong. The French girl was the first one to go out. It's weird that she died that quickly. I usually don't assume people who die of, like, head trauma and hematomas pass that quickly. But whatevs. To 1,071 feet down, or... Ooh, jump scare. Okay, so they didn't need a cameraman, I guess.
Get him over, get him over, get him over, get him over. Is he alive?
I know it's because she had, like, a previous relationship with him, an established relationship with Benji, but I like how flippant she was with Le Papillon when Suxi died. She was like, so, I know this is, like, this hurts for you, but we have to go. We have to go. And now that Benji has died, she's like, oh my god, this is terrible. This is unbelievable. You guys don't understand the grief that I'm going through. How could this happen to me? It's in the shape of a cross. Okay, that's not the cutest butt to follow, but whatever. That's cool. I like that reveal. It's a cool little effect. I'd like to think that Zed is going through his own little, like, Enter the Void narrative. that his like protagonist version of this movie was just Enter the Void happening this entire time, because the protagonist also suffers a fatal car collision in that movie. Oh, that wasn't Zed, that was Papillon. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't tell French people apart. I hate that. Oh, God. Oh, I'm glad we managed to stuff in some shitty romance angle into this movie. I'm just imagining Zed's head filming this, like how close he's getting to the two of them to say that to each other. Like, what a weird thing. They're just like having this deeply intimate moment, and Zed's just getting slowly closer to them to capture it, and then backing away slowly once they've finished. Rubber baby burger bunker bro. Rubber baby burger bunker boo. One thing you should know in any horror movie is to not trust a person sitting in a chair. Usually a woman. This is something we've learned from Psycho on forward, that a person sitting in a chair is usually bad news. I hate that they always have that shot, the abandon the camera shot, because it just cues you in to the fact that they've been holding onto this camera this entire time. There have been plenty of other opportunities to drop it. It seems weird that it happens at this moment.
Only by putting it back while I find the real stone.
He's like, excuse me, I'm dying here. She just turned into like AJ Styles or something. She just like phenomenal forearmed that mummy. She's also displaying an immense amount of like energy production and athleticism in what seems to be a very, very late stage of her like in the depletion of her stamina. They've been going for a pretty long time. If we take this to be like a 1-to-1 ratio of like, you know, this is representing an actual passage of time, she's been going for at least like 15 or 20 minutes without rest. Now the lens manages to get dirty. Not when they were spelunking underwater. We don't like a person with a cloth on their face. That's no good. Her dad was a Ku Klux Klan member. Bro. I want to suggest to people who like this movie, I'm like not against it. If you like it, you like it. That's fine. But I want to recommend, if people like this movie, they should check out Jacob's Ladder. Jacob's Ladder is another movie that is kind of within the same genre, and I really enjoy it myself. If you liked As Above, So Below, and you want to check out something kind of similar, I think Jacob's Ladder is a good movie. It's a really great movie. It was in you the whole time. Maybe the true Philosopher's Stone was the friends we made along the way. Stone was our imagination. No. That's so silly. That's so silly. You're a wizard, Scarlet.
We have to rectify ourselves and jump.
My brother drowned waiting for me to save him.
It's okay.
I'm gonna save my thoughts about the scene until afterwards. So, just a question. Is this movie Enchanted? Starring Amy Adams, Patrick Dempsey, and Idina Menzel? But wait! Why was that movie so bad? No, that wasn't my taste, I'll just say. I guess I'll say that wasn't my taste. I kind of like the weird kind of therapy circle that this movie ended up being for its characters. I love the idea that they all need to like process their trauma without needing to face any sort of like reparations or make amends for any of their actions. Like, not that they need to in most of their cases. I'd say like the concept is cool. It's a good concept horror movie. If you're used to like generic horror movies, I'd say this is a step above that in like presenting a really cool idea or shtick. I don't think it had like the most developed characters or psychology to it, and the rules of it, while like complex and multifaceted, for me was a bit of a Christopher Nolan that like fell apart under its own weight. What can you do? Definitely check out Jacob's Ladder if you like this. I promise you, it's not like a boring bad horror movie that's like whatever, too intellectual. I've been on a David Cronenberg kick as of late. Watch some cool Cronenberg flicks. Definitely. I'd recommend, I don't know, all of them. They're all good. So yeah, that was As Above, So Below. Let me know in the comments if you've seen this movie, if you really like it. That's great. I want to hear what you like about it. I want to hear what you love about it. Sometimes I don't totally get movies, but hearing other people's passion about it, hearing people describe what they really love about work, I get a kick out of that. I get to live a bit vicariously through that and understand the movie, or understand the appreciation for the movie a little bit better as a result. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button, and if you're new here, subscribe. Got a whole lot of other videos, a couple of horror movies. Yeah. And until next time, keep watching good movies.
I'm Dr. Sue Brunning. I'm the curator of the European Early Medieval Insular Collection at the British Museum, and this is my corner.